Sharing my slideshow. So, get out of junk food jail. Power Plus Nature's School of Health Consciousness for Beginners. I'm the creator of Power Plus Nature, and I like calling it Power Plus Nature. I don't instead of saying my name. So, I came up with the name on Christmas Day. It was just like an absolutely beautiful moment because so I found out that I have some sort of power that I never knew that I had. How did I bring it out? By starting to use natural things to remove all the harmful chemicals out of my life and out of my food and my cleaning products. And I tried to go as natural as possible. And it improved my health. Not, I did start a business and having a purpose to work towards that made me push myself harder than I ever was able to ever in my entire life was what really kicked it off. So, yeah, you got to do more than just stop eating junk food, I think. But, oh, it's so worth it. So, these are the types of people, the type of person that I want to help, like how I was, in sweatpants, like to be comfy, doesn't go out, eating large amounts of junk food, never satisfied, always hungry. So that was, I don't know what CPU usage means. It's saying that on my phone, on my computer. Okay. So, yes, when you spend your adult life like this, it gets to the point that it gets hard to leave. I ended up with a walker and sitting in my house for days and not showering and not barely going anywhere besides walking to the fridge or the bathroom. And it was a very miserable life, not just for me, but for my children as well. And I'm so grateful that I was able to break free from that. And I want to help other people break free. To some who are hearing it for the first time, I would only hope that you listen to the presentation. Your choices are still yours to make. We all started out basically the same, uninfluenced by life, kind of. Okay, so we were all little babies at one time. So then the influences got a hold of us and society, education, religion, celebrities and advertising through TV and internet. And then there were our own choices and experiences, the good ones and the bad ones, which contributed to who we became. I know that I went through a lot of traumas in my life that led me to not wanting to go out, that led me to wanting to be comfortable in my house and not having to go anywhere. Uh, I, uh, I'm not ready to get that deep. Okay. So we were also influenced by the harmful chemical ingredients in our food and environmental toxins. Okay. So they are in our food, water, air, cleaning products, hygiene products, everyday and everyday items. So I think that, well, my opinion, I think that the food is the most important because that's the one that we are always, I don't know, we have a lot of control over it. The air and the water, it depends on, we can control the air in our house with like filters and stuff and what we bring into our house. Water, we can control somewhat, but it depends where you live, because if you live in a municipality that fluoridates their water, that means that you're getting fluoride in your water. And the CDC just said that fluoride is a neurotoxin, but I have not heard any news yet of the municipalities rushing to take the fluoride out of the water. And I know that in New Jersey, most municipalities do. There's very few towns that do not fluoridate their water. The people who have well water are lucky. Well, I don't know how good that water is either nowadays. So, I'm not in the situation where I would have to delve into the well water, but I know that if that's what I had, I would have to make sure it was good. I would still want to have water filtration system in my house to clean it. Uh, so okay, the three levels of health consciousness. All right, so we have the health of these. Health unconscious is when you don't care, you're not aware, you don't want to hear it, you avoid people that talk about it, you don't want to change, you have no intention of giving up the foods that you love. The semi health conscious are the people that say, I know I should, or they've made some changes, but they're not ready to make all the changes. I mean, I had given up soda and fast food, but I was still eating candy and a lot of other crap and ice cream. So I was still very, very fat. So even though I had started to do to make the changes, it was so slow and over so many years. It could have been done a lot quicker, but I couldn't let go of the sugar. It took until I had a really bad health scare before I was ready to give it up. And still, I had a hard time giving it up when faced with a health scare or health crisis, whatever it is or was. So anyway, then we have the super health conscious. So that is what I strive to be. I feel like I have backslid quite a bit lately, and due to my situation that I've been dealing with for the past couple of months, 3 months actually. When you're, it's a challenge to deal with everyday life. Sometimes it's hard to focus on eating healthy and doing the best that you can. But I am not giving up, and I've been working very hard, doing things like so we're living in a motel room, and instead of just ordering food, I make it a point to go to the store, buy some healthy food that I can cook at my ex-husband's house, and then I pack it up and I bring it back here and we heat it up. So, it's a lot easier to just order something, but I don't want that for us. I want better for us. So I kill myself practically doing it that way. So I guess I don't give myself enough credit, but I was very proud of myself today because it wasn't a good day, and I actually wanted to eat some candy and some sweets, and I was at the store, and I was looking, and I didn't. All I bought were some clementine oranges. So that was good. We can all get to that point. So we all have natural system pathways in our bodies. So the digestive system is a pathway, the blood, the circulatory is a pathway, the respiratory, it's all pathways. Like they get blocked up. Like you get some phlegm in your respiratory system, it's a little blockage, right? You get your glands get swollen, your lymphatic system can get swollen if you eat a lot of dairy. Your hormones, the hormone there's hormone disrupting chemicals in our food and in our everyday products that block us. The neurological, so if something is a neurotoxin, that I to me that would be like the sweetener that I just made a video about aspartame. So it's a neurotoxin. So it's messing with the neurological pathway. Our bodies are self-healing. And because we put all these things, it blocks our natural healing pathways as well. Like, for example, deodorant. When we use a lot of deodorant with aluminum and we're unable to sweat, it can not only block Well, it blocks the lymphatic system, and it also blocks the detox pathways. Oh, I don't have detox pathways on here. So that detox pathways are very, very important. And I can't believe I forgot it, but that's okay. We know. Uh, so all of these things interfere with our bodies being able to heal itself. So the word tox equals poison. Things are in us. When it's toxic, that means that it makes us sick. And detox is when we remove poison, we detoxify. We need to acknowledge the connection between the harmful toxins and what they do to our health. We cannot keep choosing taste and flavor over our health. I did it so many years. Okay, I still do it once in a while. We all do sometimes, okay? But we have to try to do better. You know what my weakness is now in my situation? I'll be honest. Jamaican beef patties. Okay, I'm staying away from sugar. That I no matter what. But there's some things like when I'm very hungry and I don't cook, and I love Jamaican beef patties. So I'm kind of like, yay, I have an excuse to eat them right now. And I have had them. But you know what? I don't even want to listen, I can relate. I don't even want to look at the ingredients on them because yeah, God only knows there might even be human meat in them. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? I'm trying to I don't think about it. I just eat it. I get it, okay? Listen, no one wants to be in junk food jail. It's not your fault. Some of these foods are it's not some, many of these foods are super addicting. It's so hard to stop, especially the sugar. The sugar is what kept me chained. Like I couldn't stop. I was so weak. Ice cream was the big one. I used to eat like a pint of Haagen-Dazs every night. And I spent, I would say, the last, until 3.5 years ago, I spent a good 15 years, about 370, 380 pounds. So, and I had a walker, and I mean, I only went out when I had to go to the grocery store or the supermarket. And my poor kids, I never took them anywhere. I get it. I get it. I'm so friggin' happy that I was able to overcome this. It was not easy. It was not easy. But the first step is to get these foods out of our system because, another thing, I used to be on a lot of medication and I'm not on any medication anymore. So, okay. The effects of being in junk food jail. All right. So all of these things, limited life quality. That's at the bottom, but that should be at the top. Because really, when you're hooked on junk food jail and you're really big and stuck in your house and can't get up and in pain and don't are ashamed of how you eat, it's no way to be. You experience social isolation. You don't like yourself. You don't trust yourself because you can't stop eating. That's how I spent my life ever since I was like a teenager. I could never trust myself when it came to food. Came a long way in that area. So guilt and shame, fear and anxiety, depression, sedentary lifestyle due to the pain. I had a walker. My back was so bad. I couldn't stand up for more than like a minute at a time, and I had to sit down. That's why I wouldn't go anywhere. If I had to make sure there was a place I could sit before I would go anywhere. It was very sad. I missed out on so much, and so did my poor kids. So there's different types of food addictions. You can be addicted to more than one. So sugar's at the top of the list for me anyway. Wheat is another big one. So, and I've been eating it lately. When I get into a better living situation, I will not be eating wheat again. Because wheat makes me eat. Even the gluten-free sometimes I still want more. So I think it's just better for me to just stay away from it all. And I went through a detox last January. I had been sugar free, but I wanted to give up the wheat and the pasta and the pizza because I was still eating it. And so I gave it up, and I was doing fantastic. I switched to chickpea pasta, and I was doing really good with that. But then I started eating a bunch of apple. I was eating a lot of apples, and I was getting this pain in my stomach, and I found out I have diverticulitis, so I stopped eating apples. So I miss apples. But and fats and salt is like the chips and the popcorn and all that kind of stuff. And caffeine is a whole nother animal. I still struggle. I want to reduce my caffeine because I want to start fasting, and I can't fast when I'm on as much caffeine as I am because those headaches, I don't want to deal with that. So, and then of course there is the many different types of chemicals in our food which are in themselves addicting. And once you eliminate any of these things, your body will reset, and you go through a temporary withdrawal. It could be some physical, be emotional, but the physical part, your body actually resets. And for the sugar and the wheat, you will find that you are eating less, and you are really okay with it. I put dairy. I have, man, and not so much anymore, but I used to love me some cheese. I still like cheese. I was eating cheese today. So cheese is, I try to buy organic or grass fed. I did today. So it's expensive, but I'm used to paying more for expensive food. That's actually what started me out on my health consciousness journey back in 2012 when I was talking to someone about, because I was so big and I wanted to lose weight, and they said that I had to buy and eat healthy food. So, and I had never done it in my whole life, but when I looked into it and I realized how expensive it was, I was absolutely shocked. And it made me question, why is healthy food so expensive and unhealthy food so cheap? Like you can't get coupons for healthy food, that's crazy, but that's how it is. And now it's been a long time that I've been, eating healthier food. So I'm used to paying more, but the prices have just gone up so much. Back when I started trying to make switches, healthier switches, and try to eat healthy on a budget, we were living, me and my children were three children. I was living on with, basically as I am now, but we had a little house, and I had food stamps. So I didn't have a lot of money, and I was trying to learn every possible way that I could to make healthy food. I was making everything homemade that I could. Some of it didn't come out that good, but I was trying every different way. For example, if you look at I grew up eating Hamburger Helper. I actually really liked it. I could eat the whole damn box by myself, no problem. Well, you know what? When I started caring about what I was putting into my body, and I started reading the ingredients, I looked at the ingredients on Hamburger Helper, and I bought some herbs and spices, and I started making a healthier version of it. And it tasted so good. And guess what? I didn't need to eat as much. For some reason, it satisfied me more. I ate as much as I wanted. I have never practiced portion control. So I don't think it's necessary. Why be miserable? We have to enjoy it, but we still have to make changes because eating these foods is a dead end trap, and our health is not going to change. So my big saying, the first step to becoming health conscious is to always read the ingredients. 90% of the foods in supermarkets is not real food. You can walk down so many aisles, I can anyway, and there will be nothing in these certain aisles that I can eat, not one thing. So once you start eliminating the harmful ingredients, you start becoming more discerning, and you gain some respect for yourself because you care about yourself and you're raising your standards. Does that make sense? The best thing we can do to go from harmful to healthier is to avoid additives and preservatives as much as we can. Calories. Gradually switch to healthier choices you can live with. Okay, so this is the bad news. Like, you see all these brands, not so much Unilever. Okay, so I grabbed these images off of the internet but these brands, they're not good. They're not good. They're not good. Okay, I run the hell from all these, except for Bumblebee. They do have some tuna. You can't find organic tuna, but you can find wild caught, and it's non-GMO verified, which is important. Just more of the brands. I think there's a couple on here that are not food. I'm sorry. I should probably, I don't know how to remove that. I'll see what I can do. Here's a bunch of, and when people see this, they think, oh my God, what am I going to eat? You know, there's not going to be any eat if I give up all these foods. Now we know this is like true junk food, but all these brands, Campbell's, Smucker's, Del Monte, yes, they're not good. They're not Nestle. They're not good. They're not good. I don't want to get into it too much. I'm sorry. I have to elaborate more about that, I guess. But right now, I am not prepared for that. Okay. The good news, you don't have to practice portion control to gain control. Once you eliminate a lot of the harmful processed food and ingredients, your stomach will reset and you won't need to eat as much. I already said that. Okay. More good news. Giving up the foods you love is a personal sacrifice, which can lead to spiritual transformation as well as the obvious physical transformation. The benefits of getting out of junk food jail. You unblock your natural pathways. You gain more control over how you eat. Rapid health improvements. Learn to trust yourself. Let me back up. Rapid health improvements. I say rapid health improvements. If you give up fried foods and hydrogenated fat and those seed oils, guarantee your triglycerides will go down pretty quick. Learn to trust yourself. Eliminate guilt, shame, and fear from your life, and clear the obstacles that have been stopping you from reaching your full potential. Our natural pathways, like, doctors don't give us enough credit. Our bodies, they don't know. I don't give it time to work out. I'm not saying we should never. That is not true. There are some things that you don't mess with, okay? Like infections, emergencies, heart attack. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that a lot of these foods and these medications that they're giving us, FDA, all these things are blocking these pathways. When we remove the chemicals and additives and preservatives, we are going to start clearing up. Things are going to start clearing up. So now here's some of the obstacles people face to eat healthier. Lack of time and energy to prepare. And I totally get that. That's a harder one for me sometimes than it being expensive, to tell you the truth. The thing is, when you are making a commitment to be health conscious, you're going to make the time. When something is important to you, you're going to make the time. It's the bottom line. Just like, how like people say, if somebody doesn't want to spend time with you, they don't, if they really want to, they will. It's the same. Really want to change and become health conscious and become a healthier person, you will make time. and find ways. And there's, everybody has to find what works for them. I found what worked for me. So healthy food is expensive. And I got off track, but this brings me right to it. When I went on my journey to try to find healthy food at a cheap price, it was like 12 years ago. Okay. So ever since I'm trying to put Power Plus Nature together, I'm always thinking about, how I want to teach people. And I realize, like, I'm out of practice with a lot of things. I've been doing them so long now, like with my shopping, that I don't even like think about it, or I haven't really cared about the money. And oh, and the other thing was because when I had my taxi business that I closed last year, I actually was eating out a lot because I was so tired. You know what I mean? I have a video about it. I had temporarily hired one of my friends to cook for me. And I went and bought the food and gave it to her because I'm not really a good cook. And I figured that would be, but then it was like she didn't really want to do it. So I didn't want to like keep asking her. But I mean, I paid her to do it and everything because I was thinking, you know, there any look and try to find ways to make it, because the thing that really disgusts and angers me when I go to store now, it seems like every little trick that I used to have to try to get for less, or to make something and have it not be so expensive, they seem to have done everything that they possibly can to remove any ways to make it be able to save money. And you don't know how bad that it pisses me off so bad. So I went to yesterday, I went to the store and I bought this little 2-pack. You get to pick. So there's this 2-pack of organic tomatoes, and it used to be they were the same size for two for $4. I go there, every single pack had one big one and one small one. They just keep squeezing everything out of us that they can. It is so disgusting, so disgusting. That little tomato was even green. Okay, sorry. So, okay, and then information. What do I eat? Should I eat this? Should I eat that? This one says it's bad. That one says it's good. My doctor said don't eat it, but they said on TV it was okay. I don't know what to eat, right? I know. I know, it's crazy. Well, uh we all have to do it our best that we can. I promote clean, healthy, natural food. That's it. To remove as many chemicals as possible. And I think that if you just do that, doesn't matter if you eat meat or you eat vegetables, or both. If you remove the chemicals, you're going to be a lot better off. Okay. Non-supportive environment is another one. So if you live with somebody and either they do all the cooking or they're addicted to food, to junk food, and you want to stop and they don't, and especially if they're the ones that do the cooking or the buying of food, it's going to be a challenge. But you know what? I just know, no matter when somebody wants something, because it will lead to better things. Once you can get up and get out of your, you can accomplish more. You can become a part of society and lose weight. Unwilling or unable to stop due to addiction. Yeah, that's me. That was me. And it's a challenge. I don't know why it always has to be something bad has to happen before I stop, but that's how it was. I had to be faced with a big health scare before I stopped sugar. And then I wonder, this food is so addicting. Are other people going to have to get to that point? Will I not be able to reach anyone? That's my biggest fear, not being able to reach anyone, being ineffective, not able to help anyone. Who I really want to help is the fat acceptance crowd, the people who think it's okay to be fat. I want to reach out to these ladies because they've given up, and there's hope. You can get away from these harmful foods. I'm coming for those fat acceptance ladies. You watch. Seed oils have high levels of omega-6. They cause inflammation. They're linked to obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and they lack nutritional value. Okay, so the industrial seed oils are soybean, corn, cottonseed, canola, sunflower, peanut, palm kernel, and safflower. Also, vegetable oil. If you use these oils, get the organic one. It won't be as processed. I'm trying to even stay away from the organic ones of these. I don't. So, except if I have like chips, but I always make sure that my chip, I'll explain. Wait, here, I'm going to show you now. Wait. Okay. See this sign right here? This is the non-GMO Project verified label. I have been using this label since, okay, to guide me towards on their website. I should have this is good. I don't want to say GMOs are bad. God forbid we say that. Okay? But the thing is, all of these are GMO. Except for the dextrose. I did see dextrose in something that was non-GMO. So I need to see about that. But okay, let me go back. Okay. I'm sorry. So, okay. So the safe oils to use. Oils are precious and the good ones are expensive. But you know what? When you use them, you're going to feel like you're using gold, and you're going to treat them like they're precious, and you're going to appreciate them, and they're going to make your food taste so much better, and they will not be clogging you up. Okay, you can eat these safely. Well, be careful with using too much coconut oil. You don't want to drink them. Okay. uh there was years ago when I first gave up all the hydrogenated fat and the bad oils. I was hearing about how coconut oil is really good for you and you should take a spoonful a day and put it in your coffee. And I was like, oh, okay. So I started doing all that. And well, my triglycerides, I wasn't even eating any bad fat. I was eating coconut oil. Man, my triglycerides shot up. So the triglyceride number is very easy to manipulate. So but excuse me. Yeah, don't overdo it on the coconut oil. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so artificial sweeteners cause increased sweet cravings, which can cause overeating. They are also linked to many types of health, including metabolic disease and cancer. So these are some of the artificial sweeteners that you should stay away from. High fructose corn syrup, lactose, fructose, sucralose, maltitol, aspartame, sugar beets, and saccharin. And these are just some have more than one name. So dextrose is actually from corn, I think. Yes, dextrose is from corn. So maybe there is an organic version of it. I have to look into that. But corn is a genetically modified crop. Okay, modified. The reason that it's genetically modified is because that's why they genetically modified the corn so they can spray it up with all the chemicals. It doesn't die. Isn't that great? So, and then we get to eat all those chemicals. And if you think that that's or it doesn't matter, I want you to look around at all the people, okay? Look at all of these health problems and obesity and cancers and autisms and all these things have increased It's from when I was young. It's unbelievable how many all of it is I know other people see it too. It's not just me. It's what we're putting into our bodies. It wasn't like this before they started putting it into the body. So some of the safer sweeteners: stevia, erythritol, xylitol, monk fruit, maple syrup. Say organic honey. You got to watch the honey. They add, some of them add what is it? Is it the high fructose? They add, I forget what they add to it. You got to watch it. It won't, you got to make sure it's pure. Okay. And as I said, to look for this non-GMO project verified label. It's a good guide. So you can find a lot of good things with it, and foods with sugar in it too. Like, switch your junk food, switch your candy and your cookies and your cakes to foods with this label. You will be eating healthier food, and I guarantee if you switch to sweets that only have this label on it, you will not eat as much. You will start to control your intake. Guarantee it. I would like to also add, to avoid fluoride, aluminum, and harmful plastics. Without getting too technical, I would just like to all contribute to blocking our natural pathways. And in order to have optimum health, we need to start avoiding these things. And I am going to be sharing tips on how to do it. All you have to do is look it up, seek out ways. Lots of different products now and things you can do differently. And yeah. Oh, that's the end of the slideshow. Let me see. Is anybody there? Oh no, nobody came. That's okay. Well, you know what? I think this was a pretty good run through. Very thankful. We're going to get better at this. And if you watch this on the replay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. And I'm going to be doing this again. So, all right.